and all this kind of stuff. And look, I laugh my ass off when I watch Alex Jones videos, okay? And he knows that. It's part of the game. It's funny.
It is part of the game, well.
But I also know that if you follow through on a lot of the things that Alex Jones says, you'll discover he's telling the truth.
Yep.
And so, did I want the alliance-backed candidate to be this guy who has very obvious narcissistic personality disorder? No. Do I want to be out there politically endorsing a man who basically was the "you're fired" guy on Celebrity Apprentice? No. Okay? But you've got to look behind the obvious here. You've got to see what's going on. You've got to realize that we are in a civil war.
Yep.
We've never had somebody win a presidential election and take on the media the way that Trump has done. It's never happened before.
Amen to the prophet on that.
Why did they try to shove Hillary through to become the presidential candidate when Bernie Sanders literally had a much better chance of defeating Trump? What the hell was that about? All we had to do is look at Watergate. All the frickin' guy Nixon did is he wiretapped his enemy's phone. Hillary had like 25 Watergates. And they kept coming out and coming out and coming out. And it's just, nope, we're going to shove her right through. They'd already printed copies of Newsweek where she had won the election. They already had it written and ready to go. I don't think they expected Trump to win. I really don't. And the guy's made a lot of mistakes. But you have to understand something here.
He's right. Listen to this.
The people that are behind him, whether you love it or hate it, they are not cabal. They are purging the cabal out of the government, the military, and the media. I look at Donald Trump as a battering ram that smashes the hole in the castle so everybody else can run in. It doesn't usually work out too well for the battering ram. Okay? But I want to be clear on this, and this is a very dicey thing to talk about. It's like you can't even talk about Trump in a positive way at all. I'm not even trying to talk about him positively, right? I've said a lot of things to knock the man here. But I'm just saying, let's not immediately go into this 180 fever dream where the only way, the only hope that we have is to impeach him as fast as we can. That's what the controlled cabal media is trying to tell us now. So he has all kinds of personality flaws and character defects, and he annoys the heck out of some of the people in my family to the point that they think he's Hitler, literally. And a significant number of people in American families have been torn apart by this election. But in a way, and you guys know this, the election was a referendum on how much truth you really understand. Because if you actually look at what Trump was really saying in these speeches, it's a lot of the same stuff that I've been saying for years and many other people on stages like this have been saying for years. Trutherism became mainstream, and trutherism frickin' won the U.S. presidential election. And that is amazing. It is amazing. So what we're hearing now is that there is a major push to prosecute Pizzagate on an official level. Why did Trump just fire the director of the FBI, James Comey? Because he wouldn't prosecute Pizzagate. That's what we're hearing from the inside sources. There are Trump has convened multiple secret grand juries to investigate this, and they are coming up with so much stuff. Yep. There is a massive alliance effort underway right now to eliminate the cabal.
We're going to have to let them walk, though.
And I am not, again, saying these guys are angels. You have to understand this. The alliance are people who came out of the Illuminati, who turned their backs on what they were in. They may very well be Freemasons. They may very well be high-ranking Masons, 33rd degree Masons. They may very well be in the CIA. They may very well be in the NSA. We have to think differently. Be willing to accept that there are people who are fighting and dying for our future liberation from this evil satanic group. And don't get stuck on this idea that the only people who know about this are on the internet, sending internet chain letters around and watching YouTube videos. And it's us and them, and it's either YouTube and internet ghetto, or everybody else is the cabal, and everybody in the government's the cabal, and everybody in the military, and everybody in the intelligence service. It is not true. Trump was not supposed to win. That was not part of the plan. We're in some weird alternate frickin' Willy Wonka, over the rainbow, parallel universe where a reality TV star is now the President of the United States. A man who sold steaks named after himself that you would buy frozen in the mail. All right, so what I'm trying to get to is they can't shoot the Red Cross workers, and that's where you come in.
Listen to this.
How do you become a Red Cross worker? How do you enjoy this spiritual protection? You don't want to authorize your own death. How do you avoid that? It's very simple. All you need to do is be a person of real integrity. The only way that you could authorize your death if you start spreading the word, and remember, you have, to a certain degree, an obligation.
Yep.
You're not coming here to sit in that chair and be entertained.
Yep, exactly.
And to get high on, oh, wow, the David Wilcock talk was so amazing, man. Make other people high. Share that joint. Let everybody take a toke. If you do that and you're a good person, nothing bad is going to happen to you. You're not going to authorize anything bad. Doesn't it drive you crazy that we have so much great information, the speakers that are at this event? It is bursting. It's an embarrassment of riches. There's a funny word most people don't know called surfeit, S-U-R-F-E-I-T. It literally means there's such a glut of something that it's like it makes you fat. And you're just like sick because you can't eat it all. You can't possibly go to all these events, right? Look at the schedule. There's like 5 columns. Well, I got to pick this one, this one, this one, this one, or this one. Okay. But this is all about us coming together and us sharing in a community experience who we are and what we're learning. The data is there. And believe me, we are not alone. There are plenty of people. Most of the world is now the alliance. Most of the countries in their official governmental capacities are against the cabal. They know about it, they're fighting against it, and they're trying to bring about full disclosure. It's true. I'm up here because I'm willing to put myself out there publicly at an event this large. There's no freaking bulletproof glass in front of the stage. Now, the point is, we all have an obligation to share what we know.
Right.
We have an obligation to get out there and co-create the future that we want to see. Instead of expecting, like what Jimmy Church was saying when he introduced me the other time, why haven't we heard more from David Wilcock? Or why haven't we heard more from so-and-so? And yes, I just talked about myself in third person, which is considered ego. Okay, fine.
Well, whatever. Ego, esteem, self-esteem.
It's just making a point.
Thank you. People are weird like that.
Oh my God, David has an ego. Oh my God, he's making money.
It's the only way we got to make money, man.
You have to make money if you're going to do this. You can't get financed by something else. And you guys are helping us. You're helping everybody here by being a part of this. We're co-creating this thing. You guys are my ground crew.
Oh, you said it. You said
right? And I appreciate you, and I thank you for
You
that.
said ground crew, motherfucker. Wow.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna sue that.
Pass the Wilcock joint around.
Oh my God. One of my teachers came by last night. Very cool. Rio recognizes Rio, rec department. But there's something I have to disclose to you. It's a big secret. Are you ready? Okay, my mom is not doing well. She's probably going to pass away in the next couple weeks. We've known this already, so thank you. But my mom and my dad both worked, not necessarily in the military. They worked in the civilian industry, but they did do contracts and procurements. My mom specifically worked for NASA Ames out in China Lake. And my dad was an engineer, did a lot of work on the space shuttle. And so God bless my mom. But I wanted to show you something that I kind of pointed out back in the day, and I just didn't really bring up as much anymore because it's not really what you think, but it's what they think it is what you can think it is. But we're a little bit ahead of that, if that makes any sense. But let me show you something. So that's definitely the sticker I'm going to come out with. So. I just saw that. Pretty interesting article in here. They disseminate this information. Look at that one. Sabotage. Out into the public slowly so that you guys don't get shocked. Magic bullets. Adjust to the Soulfly so that you're not overwhelmed with information saturation. Now, there's been many articles like this. The super soldiers, they're supposedly able to grow limbs back. They can't be killed. They can go without sleep for days. They don't need walkie-talkies. They can communicate psychically, like telepathy instead of radios. Okay, I've always contended that the super soldier that DARPA is trying to create is basically an imitation of the biblical archangel, but in a robot human soldier form. Okay? Someone mentioned the other day that I was a self-proclaimed prophet. No. Gen X prophet came, I trademarked that because someone called me that in the 90s because I was able to predict trends like t-shirts and like surfboards and snowboards, and I worked in a marketing promotions company. I knew a lot of guys in bands. I grew up with the guys from House of Pain, Cypress Hill, whatever. So it was more about like the culture, accelerated culture. A prophet as in I can predict what the next rock band will be. And then it got blended into this whole, he thinks he's a prophet of the Bible and all this and that, okay? All right, Gen X prophet. Are you Gen X prophet? Eugenics. All right, something that actually, unfortunately, got famous with Hitler. Eugenics, of the splicing together of genes. Hybrids, like when you grow weed. I used to grow a lot of really, 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 really good weed for House of Pain and Cypress Hill. Everyone says that. I really did. Because I knew how to blend the two together. And that's how I know some things like certain people would make perfect, may not make perfect couples, but they make perfect babies. Eugenics, okay? It's the construction of using genes, chromosomes, to create people, okay? My mom worked at NASA Ames Research Center. Ames Research Center is a t-shirt from there. Also known as ARC, okay? It's referred to as ARC. ARC. She works at ARC. You see that right there? That's a male sperm. Do you see that right there? That's a Freemason's compass. Eugenics, the construction of the perfect person. NASA Ames Research Center. Okay? Archangel Michael. Super soldier. There's your disclosure.